Mr. Barthold, can you help me with explain a little bit on this? I was just looking at the chart here, and it says that in the calendar year 2027, someone that's making less than $15,000 will see an increase in federal taxes by 18.7%. Is that correct?
Yes, Mr. Gomez, and that's a consequence of loss of premium tax credits, health care.
Okay, so, and then in calendar year 2020, anybody making less than 15,000 sees an increase of 53.5%. Anybody who's making 15,000 to 30,000 sees an increase by 11.7%. Is that correct?
Yeah, what calendar year are we in, Mr. Gomez?
2029. It's the next page.
2029. Yes.
And then we see the next page in 2031. Anyone making less than 15,000 sees a, check this out. I thought this was a mistake. I thought I was not reading this correctly. An increase in their taxes of 74.3%. And from 15,000 to 30,000 of 20.6%. Is that correct? Or is that, did you guys make a mistake, or is that like?
No mistake in the numbers, but an important thing to remember is in lower brackets, it's actually hard to measure the denominator because there are some taxpayers that are getting refundable tax credits, for example, and so there's some with negative tax rates, and so you're adding up some with negative tax rates and positive tax rates, so it's like dividing a modest change over by zero.
Well, here's the thing. This is what your own tax brackets suggest. And one of the things that we have my Republican colleagues over here saying, hey, we're not doing tax on tips, which we know is actually pretty limited. Oh, we're not going to do X, Y, and Z, but we're screwing over people who are making less than $30,000 a year. And what I actually find offensive is because my parents never made more than $38,000 a year in their entire lifetime after working 4 to 6 jobs a week to make ends meet, right? And then we have Donald Trump and his chaotic, reckless tariff policy that is creating so much uncertainty that it's driving up the cost of living in this country. At first, it was $4,900 a year. Then it became $3,800 a year. Either way, the people at the lower income brackets are getting screwed over by a Republican majority that doesn't give a damn about them. Then on top of that, we know this, the people that are under $30,000 a year are most likely to be on Medicaid, most likely to live in rural areas, more likely to be in urban areas that are the working poor. But then they're bragging about, you know what? The top income brackets make the most money, so we're going to give them the highest amount of refunds. That's insane. And they have no shame about it. You have no shame when it comes to hurting working men and women in this country. You know, I'm somebody that was supposed to not go to college. I ended up working at Subway and Target. I would make $700 a week working not 9 to 5, but 5 in the afternoon to 9 the next day. I had zero health care. And to me, you would tell somebody in my place, you know what? We're helping you out, just giving you a little bit. But the billionaires are the ones that make the most money and deserve the most help. That's your logic. But I like to quote one billionaire when it comes to Warren Buffett that says that a lot of people shouldn't be punished because it wasn't determined on what they did. It was the happenstance of their birth. But you all want to tout a tax plan that increases taxes on people making under $30,000 a year, the folks that are struggling, and then cutting their Medicaid on top of that, but yet you want people to have more babies. That's the most insulting thing I've ever heard in my life. With that, I yield back.